Wow, what a beast! That pretty much sums it up. Thank you so much for watching. Just kidding. Hi YouTube! Today I want to show you my latest purchase from the XiaomiShop.com. This beauty is called the Xiaomi Mi4. When you order it, it comes in a plain cardboard box like this one with some specs on the back. It comes with a 5-volt USB wall charger. They also included a European plug adapter for me. It comes with a standard micro USB data cable. It comes with 2 stickers that let you cut down your regular size SIM card if you need to. It comes with a SIM tray opener, some Chinese paperwork, and they also included some goodies like a little stylus, a screen protector, and they also included a flip cover, which is actually more or less a smart cover because it will turn the screen on and off, and it can also be used as a stand. This phone has a 5-inch capacitive 10-point multi-touch screen with a 1080 by 1920 Full HD pixel resolution. It is an IPS display, it is a one-glass solution, and it also has a Gorilla Glass. It has the Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 quad-core CPU inside, which is clocked at 2.5 GHz. It has 3 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal memory. It runs on Android 4.4.2 KitKat with MiUI on top. It might have an infrared port, I'm not so sure about that, but it definitely supports USB on the go. It is a Quadband, it is totally unlocked, and of course it also supports 3G. It has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS with GLONASS support. It has a GPS, a G sensor, a proximity sensor, a light sensor, a gyroscope sensor, a magnetic field sensor. It even has a pressure sensor, and it also has a notification LED. It has 2 cameras, one main camera with a 13 megapixel output, autofocus and a LED flash, and one front-facing camera with an 8 megapixel output, and this phone is a single SIM phone. Let's take a closer look at the device. You have your proximity and light sensor right here and your front-facing camera. Your home, back and menu buttons are soft touch buttons and they light up, and right underneath the home button is a notification LED. On the bottom we have some speakers, and I'm guessing that a microphone must be hidden there somewhere, and this is your micro USB port. On the left side we have a SIM tray slot for a micro SIM card. On the top we have a standard 3.5mm headphone jack and something that looks like an infrared port, but I'm not sure about that. On the right side we have a volume rocker and your power button, and on the back we have a noise cancellation microphone, your main camera, and a LED flash. Some pros and cons about this device. The build quality is very good. This is definitely one of the highest build qualities I've ever seen. The display is awesome. I actually like it better than the display of my Mi 3 phone. The Wi-Fi and GPS receptions are also very good. The GPS reception is definitely not the strongest one I've ever seen, but thanks to GLONASS support it is very stable. The GSM reception I would rate as normal, nothing to complain about. And the sound quality of the speaker and also through the headphones is also very good in my opinion. And one of the highlights of this phone for me is the main camera, or the cameras. It takes very good pictures even in low light conditions, and I was surprised how bright the LED flash is, and you can even record videos up to 4K. Some pros or cons, well, there's MiUI. You either like it or you don't, but if you don't like it, of course you can always install a different launcher, and then there is the design. Again, you can like it or not, but let's be honest, it is not very original. It kind of reminds us of a certain fruit company. Some cons, there is some light bleeding going on at the soft touch buttons. I don't know if you can see that. And the notification LED could have been a lot brighter. This phone does not support NFC, which I was a little surprised. And of course there are some obvious cons like the built-in battery and that there's no memory card extension. But bottom line, this is a very high quality phone. If it's worth the money, that is something you need to decide for yourself. Like always, I installed additional apps and games for demonstration purposes only. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Please stay tuned if you want to see how this baby performs. As you can see, the launcher is very quick and very snappy, but let's start with some system settings. You can select between quick settings and all settings. Let's go into About Phone. There you can see that it runs on Android 4.4.2 KitKat. There you have it. You can also see that it has 3 GB of RAM, and this is your Snapdragon 801 CPU. Let's go into language and input, and this phone came with a multi-language firmware pre-installed. What else do we have in the settings? I can show you the LED settings, and as you can see, the notification LED supports all sorts of colors and mixed colors. What else do we have here? I can show you the storage right here. And anything else in the settings, you can select the display settings, and as you can see, this phone also supports a glove mode. So maybe you can actually operate it in the winter with some gloves on. I've never tested it. Next up, let's check out some Google apps. The Play Store came pre-installed, so it's very worry-free. You don't have to update anything. Let's check out YouTube. Let's just start a random video. You can change the size and position, and of course we can also watch in full screen. And let me turn down the volume. I don't want to break any copyright laws. Now the picture quality is great, also very good viewing angles, but I will show you that later in the video. Let's test Google Maps. Let's see if it can find my location. Yes, it can. This is where I'm located. Zooming, no problem at all. Let's see if I can find a street view address to check out. Let's hope this is covered. Yes, it is. Works just fine. Let's do a little zooming. No problem at all. And let's test the compass mode. And it's working great. So this is an indicator that the gyroscope sensor is also working very good. And speaking of the gyroscope sensor, where do I have it? Let's test the gyroscope sensor again. This is a live wallpaper, and it only works with a gyroscope sensor. What's next? Let's see what some benchmarks have to say. And this is the bummer. Now I have no idea what the problem is, but Antutu does not like this phone. In my opinion, this score is way too low. There's absolutely no way that this phone scores lower than the Mi 3 phone. I believe this is just wrong. Let's check out the device info, and as you can see, Antutu does not recognize the CPU correctly. It thinks it is a Snapdragon 800, but of course this is a Snapdragon 801 CPU. And let's see about the sensors, and as you can see, this phone has a shitload of sensors built in. Let's go into device Z, and here you can see that the actual CPU is a Snapdragon 801. And again, here are all your sensors, which are very a lot. Now that was a great English. Let's do a little more benchmarking. Let's try Nina Mark II. And to speed up this process, I'm gonna do a little jump cut. Almost done. And it scores at 59.1 frames per second. And let's do just another benchmark. Let's try Quadron Standard, and again I'm gonna do a jump cut. Almost done. And the score is 15,050 points. What's next? Let's test the multi-touch, and you have to trust me on this one. It is a 10-point multi-touch. What do we have here? Let's test Adobe Reader so we can see how well it handles PDF documents. And it loads very fast. I'm guessing that's due to the 3 GB of RAM. Zooming, no problem at all. Rotation speed, very well. Let's do a little browsing. Let's just load CNN. And it loads very fast. But let's try to load the full site. Again, very fast. Zooming, absolutely no problem. Rotation speed is very good. And it's very smooth, nothing to complain about. What do we have next? This phone came pre-rooted. I was surprised I didn't have to do anything. It already had root access. Let's do some more system tools right here. You have a sound recorder that looks like a tape, which is very nice. We have a calculator where you can switch between a normal and a scientific calculator. Let's test the compass. And as you can see, the compass is working just fine, and it even shows the pressure right here, so this phone does have a pressure sensor. Anything else in here? Yeah, I can try the torch, and I don't know if you can see this, but the LED flash is very bright. Let's test the camera real fast. Now if I switch to the video camera, you can see that it supports 4K video recording, but let's go to the photo camera and let's take a quick picture right here. And this camera is not only very good, but it's also very fast. Now let's check out some of the picture's details. Probably won't be able to see the quality, but I can show you the details. More details. There you can see it has a f1.8 and this is a 13 megapixel resolution. Now one of the highlights of course of MiUI is the theme feature. Now you can customize pretty much everything you want to, like the lock screen wallpaper, the font, the audio of the boot animation itself. There are a million things you can customize on MiUI. It also has some fun features like starting the music player like this. Also for some quick notes you can do a gesture like this. I can also show you the USB on the go feature. Let me just hook up my external USB thumb drive, and it mounted the thumb drive already. Let's check it out. USB storage. Let's just load a picture real fast. So USB on the go is working perfectly. Let's go into the gallery, into local images, and let me just open some pictures right here, and they load very fast. Zooming, no problem at all. Let's test a video file. Let me turn down the volume for that. Again, local images. Where do I have a video? Right here. This is a 1080p video recorded in a MKV format, and the colors are really great, and also the viewing angles, but that I'm gonna show you in a second. So last but not least, I'm gonna show you the notification LED, the viewing angles, and I'm gonna do a little gaming. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. There it is. This is your notification LED, and as I mentioned before, it is not very noticeable, but it is working. It has a infrared. The display is awesome.